1252 Sports Entertainment presents the one, the only, the One-Timer Hockey Show. Live with Andrew Faubert and Matt Bannon. So get your puck bunnies and give your balls a tug, because it's time to do that hockey. Let's do that hockey, baby.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the One-Timer Hockey Show. My name is Matt Bannon. I'm joined with Andrew Faubert today. Andrew, how are you doing?
Life is good as a Red Wings fan, my friend. How are you doing there, Mr. Blackhawks?
You know what? I'm feeling pretty good about our draft potential coming up, and that's about all I can say. Yeah, another few crushing losses there over the last week. I know Tuesday we got our asses to us by the Devils, which unsurprising, but that was back-to-back shutouts for me. So a little heartbreaking. Not really over it yet.
I mean, I guess, but I mean, you know, you say, wait, hold on. Did you say you won those games?
No.
Oh, okay.
We lost those.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So no, you're fine. You're fine. You're still got a shot at Bedard. You're totally.
Oh yes. Yeah, that's what I'm using to cope with, at least. How are the Red Wings looking? I assume pretty well, but
it's good in the life of well. Besides the fact that we have a lot of injuries, they're starting to pile up, but the fact that we have success and the fact that we have people that are coming in and I guess fill in those roles. That's what I enjoy. That's the side of it that I'm happy about because
it's good.
We're over 500. We're winning games. We're showing that we can compete with some of these guys, and that's all that matters. I just want us to be a little bit healthier, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw you guys are catching the injury bug pretty hard over there. I saw you just lost somebody too. Who is that just got?
We lost Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi's gone for a bit.
Okay.
I know Soderblom is still injured. Verana is still, of course, in the NHL protocol for, I don't want to say substance abuse. We don't know what the heck it is.
Yeah, but yeah.
So we got some key top six guys who are definitely gone right now, and that's not too fun. But we're not looking too bad. I did want to pull up the standings here. I should have done that actually to start up the show because we're currently sitting in third with the Panthers game that we're currently playing right now being say like a key divisional game tonight. And looking at the rest of the division, the Sabres are starting to kind of tally off a little bit there. The Canadians Canadians are doing a little bit better than what I thought they were going to do. So what if Connor Bedard became a senator? There's something we've never really said before.
No, I never really thought about it. Hopefully I don't have to, but
Nope.
The way this is going, I'm not super worried. I mean, overall, looking at the league-wide standings, we are still in 31st out of 32. I'm still just barely behind us by one singular point, so I like that. That we're close. Well, it's weird considering, like, I was just looking at some old footage of what was that 2015? Was it 2015? Yeah, against the Ducks for the conference finals there.
Yep.
Two amazing teams, and now here we are sitting at the very bottom of the barrel. So
yeah, well, you know what? Fuck the Ducks because they're one of the teams that I absolutely detest. And fuck Corey Perry. Fair. Ryan Getzlaf was actually dope. I didn't mind Getzlaf, but fuck Corey.
I do, yeah. He's up there on my list of players that I really liked. So
yeah. Fuck Corey Perry.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to say good about my team, at least, other than you're at what? sitting at 620 win percentage, despite all the injuries. You guys are doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah, we are technically over that 500 because everyone's like, oh, well, if you got more wins than you do just normal losses, you're technically doing good because the other ones count as points. And I'm like, no, they still count as losses. So
it's still lost in that word. So
so I don't like it. But the fact is we're technically 13-12 if you count out all the losses together. And the last time I checked, the game was at 0-0. I'm just gonna go check on the scores right now. It was actually 1-0 at the end of the first for the Panthers.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah, kind of saw that coming.
Yeah, but still tight. So that's good. I mean,
it's also
we'll see what happens.
It's also netty and net, so I wouldn't be shocked if all of a sudden the final score is 7-0 for
yeah, blinking and all of a sudden, whoa, what happened?
Yeah,
we missed 8 games of hockey apparently in that one.
Like, Nettie, what are you doing? So I like your jersey too, by the way.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's this one today is Kane. So
of course.
Actually now I think about it, looking back, you can't see it, but for those of you in the astute eye, you realize I'm not coming to you from the Whistle Sports Bar and Grill 159 studio in Lockport. No. Today I'm coming to you from Lyle in my apartment, specifically my bedroom. So if you could imagine that Lagunitas flag is actually a closet, and if you were to look at all I think I have like 8 sweaters now, Kane's currently the only player that is still on the Hawks that I have. Everybody else is retired or on a different team. Fleury, for example, he's still there, but I think that's it. Now I think about it. Yeah.
I only own ones that are on my wall. My fiance actually, sad, but respect to her. She messaged me, what was that, yesterday or the day before? And she was all about, she's like, I'm going to get me apparently a Cider jersey for Christmas. So she goes and looks it up. The jersey itself, like after everything was said and done, was like $240. And she's like, okay.
Yeah.
Pricey, but like blah 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 blah. And then it was like add another $150 for like shipping and stuff like that. And so she messages me and she goes like, it was this big message. She's like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, don't feel bad at all. I would have even told you, no, crazy. What are you doing? So
that's a lot. I was gonna say it was for host's retirement, and they had him sign a few sweaters for everybody that was playing, so you could bid on them for whatever for through the charity auctions or whatnot. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll bid on one. I think it was, who the hell was it? I remember off the top of my head, clearly I didn't win it. But it was for $350. So it was for 2 sweaters. It was the warm-ups and just like another one that he had signed both of them for. So I'm like, yeah, $350 would be perfect. Didn't have to stay there. For like 3 days, I was in the lead, and then I got a notification, you've been outbid. Okay, what's at now? It's like $900. I'm like,
no thanks.
Yeah, can't do that. I would love to, but that's right out.
Yep. I felt excited one time that I had the highest bid in a Tom Brady Super Bowl helmet, knowing damn well I was about to lose that bid, but it felt good knowing that I dropped $9,000 on a helmet for about
exactly. You can still say, "Oh yeah, I was close to winning it.
Yeah.
It was there." But
I did not have the $9,000 either. So every minute that passed by, I'm like,
you're like,
fucking bid on this, please.
Please, for the love, take this from me. I wanted the clout, not the debt.
I was like, I just wanted to feel like excited when I hit click. Now I'm just like, no. Yeah. What did I do?
This might come bite me back in the ass. So,
you think so?
Which is the Hawks' specialty right now, as it turns out.
Speaking of biting them in the ass,
not
necessarily biting them in the ass, we're going to bite everybody else in the ass. Have you seen the fucking roster that Team Canada is getting set up for these World Juniors?
I saw, who was it today that they approved of going? I'm like, oh my God, they're getting there.
Here's the thing.
It's gross, is what it is.
It feels in a weird way. Because it's Dylan Gunthier from the Kraken was the one that was sent today.
Yes, that's who I saw.
Yesterday was yesterday or the day before was Shane Wright, obviously from the Kraken, and Mr. LA Kings defenseman and hard hitter himself, Mr. Brant Clark. So me right off the bat, I'm like, okay, so Bedard is obviously like starting center, duh.
Mm-hmm.
And like Shane Wright's probably going to be on the left side of him, or even possibly Shane being in the front and Bedard on the left or right, because they did that on the last World Juniors and it actually did pretty damn okay. So whatever. What the fuck was that? That's my pen. I'll get it later. So Gunthier is an interesting one because if they do decide to say put Shane on the center and have Bedard on the right and Gunthier on the left, that's essentially what your starting lineup for the Seattle Kraken actually looks like.
Yeah, it's very eerily similar, if that is a shadow.
And it's almost as if like Seattle knows that they're doing good. Like they are doing really, really good this year. And they're probably going to go to the playoffs or they're just going to miss it. And they're not going to be high enough necessarily for Connor Bedard. So what they can do is they can tease what all three of these guys on the same line could have been. And because like even when I've set up a franchise on NHL 23 for the Kraken, you put Bedard on there, it's just like I don't fucking need anything else. There's my top line.
Right. This is pretty much it. Yeah. Yep. Whatever. I'm good.
And Gunthier has been scoring. Like Gunthier has been doing really good as your solid. He's not too big. He's kind of like your Jason Robertson, where he's kind of skinny. He needs to bulk up a little bit more, but he's got Marner hands where he can deke it out a little bit too. And then if Shane Wright becomes even close to what he's supposed to be, he becomes a more athletic version of like a Brady to Chuck. And he essentially has that attitude to him as well. Like when he becomes, a little bit thicker.
He'd have to grow into it to warrant what at least he sees in himself. He's going to have to show that to us. I think this is going to be not necessarily make or break, like do or die situation for Shane Wright, but if he does really well, it's told you so. I still got this. Obviously, he was benched a lot because he is still fresh off the draft, so it's very expected out of him in the first year. But if he sucks in this upcoming tournament, it just goes to show why he gets skipped over. So
and he did though. In his first game back, because he did get called back up from Coachella there, he scored. He scored his first NHL goal in the first game he came back. So he's already looking good. But I love the fact that like Kraken fans, even like myself as a Kraken fan, all the expansion teams that are going to come out, I've always said, give me a Seattle hockey team because that's just I want to move there first of all, eventually one day. So the more professional sport franchises there, the better. And you're gonna convince me even more so if you fucking bring my Supersonics back. I will pledge allegiance to Climate Pledge Arena, man. Holy fuck! I want them back so bad.
You might be waiting that one for a little bit of time there, to put it lightly.
The news actually broke, not say news, but the rumor has already been out that the NBA is going to do an expansion draft in the next like couple of years, and it's going to involve Las Vegas getting a team and Seattle getting a team. And we just don't know what Las Vegas would be called, but it's just like, what would Seattle's team be?
Yeah, right.
It's like when the Winnipeg Jets came back. It's like, we know it's going to be Winnipeg. What's their team name going to be?
What could they possibly be?
And then they go and they put it to like an actual public vote, and it was so dumb. It was 72%. Like at that point, after 55%, you just stop the voting. And be like,
you just stop counting. This is it. They clearly want this.
72%, and I don't even know if that was just the entire city of like Winnipeg included in that too. But I know Winnipeg was like above and beyond that. Like there wasn't a single fucking person walking around Winnipeg being like, I the Winnipeg Moose would be dope. They'd be like, no, we get the Manitoba Moose back, you idiot. God.
Sometimes
it's the Jets.
what were you thinking? But that is, speaking of expand teams, I did see a rumor starting to float around after what's his name's trip to Mayfair, which also apparently worked, even though when we were talking about it, we did not think it was going to go through, but apparently reactions were solid. How the hell he pulled that off, I have no idea, but I saw that they're still looking at expanding it an additional 2 teams within like the next decade or something.
Yeah.
Which I'm a little split. I know a lot of people are thinking 32 teams. It's already a lot for like a professional sport league. You can't really keep adding more games. I mean, 82 is a decently long season, especially for a demanding sport like hockey is.
Yep.
And I know they're worried about, obviously, it's going to shrink the talent pool and stuff, but I'm all for more hockey.
Yep.
But it does seem like it's really soon, if that makes any sense. Like we had 2, well, why not wait to come out to give everybody kind of an adjustment more, say, before we add more things to it, you know?
I think it's because of the U.S. economy doing so well and not necessarily, say, the Canadian economy. I actually had a good talk with, I'm in a couple of group chats, but with some of the Let's Talk Football peeps, shout out to them. We're talking about the fact that a lot of NFL games are now coming and becoming are going to go to 9:30 in the morning kind of thing. Going to be a little bit earlier. And that's because of the European crowd and this, that, and everything else. And I'm like, okay, so you see what they're doing there. And the NFL is teased for a long time that they're going to expand too. And I don't think they're just going to go 2 teams. They'll go full 4. They'll have a whole big like month in an off season, like a big extravaganza, which would be dope. I'd probably go to that.
It would be fun.
Yeah. But with regards to that, I think it's the fact that there's 2 cities that stand out. Houston is the first one because it's the one major city that doesn't have all 4. They have the MLS team, which seems to be the new thing that everybody wants to include to call it the Big 5. Which listen, soccer's getting big. I'm all for it. Let's start pissing off the Europeans and be like, listen, until you win the whole thing, it's called soccer. I'm all fucking for that. I mean, all for it. It's literally like poking at the Maple Leaf fan base. It's like, finally, do something. Yeah. It's been since 67. You say this all the time. Fucking do something. Guess what? We're calling it soccer now. Guess what? We're calling it Red Wing country. That's hockey. That's hockey, bitch. Fuck you.
Yeah, until you can prove us wrong or do something about it, this is pretty much it. So I couldn't care less speaking about soccer. Like, I only really know of it because my sister lives in Germany now. But I was happy to see U.S. go as far as they did, just not just piss off other people. And that seemed to have really worked. So I'm happy with it.
I cried when we scored our first goal as a nation. Like, when Jonathan Davis scored 2 minutes in, I had the day off. I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, got nice and stoned.
You were ready to go. Yeah.
Oh, I was fucking ready. And as soon as he fucking scored that goal, I started screaming. I'm like, yes! What? We fucking did! Ah! And then, all of a sudden, like, then the game, I'm like sitting there, like, slamming on my fucking bed, like, ole, 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 ole. And it was fucking from the
and 3-1 that game, I think, is 4-1.
Trying to make it seem better, and I appreciate it. But I
try to do what I can.
Those fucking Croatians know what they're doing. So, speaking of knowing what they're doing, we got a couple of commercials coming up here, so people who know exactly what they're doing. So sit tight and let us take you into some commercials where Matt and myself will be right back in about 2.5 minutes time. We'll see you in a moment.
Fuzzy football, are you ready, brother? Real football action on a glossy game surface played shuffle style. Slide a shuffle puck at pass or run targets, and a free mobile app keeps track of every game detail. Easy to learn, but this game of skill is difficult to master. Take care of the ball or turnovers will kill your drive. The game is guaranteed to get your competitive fire burning, and it's perfectly sized to take anywhere. The park, a barbecue, your next tailgate, or fun at home on game nights. Fozzie football is simply the best.
most realistic and competitive game of football available anywhere. Add defense when your skill improves and take the game to the next level. The perfect mix of fast action and real football drama, where a last-second Hail Mary can break hearts or make champions.
Hello, this is Paul from Nick and Ivy Brewing Company. We are located at 1026 South State Street in historic downtown Lockport, Illinois. We are very excited to be partnering up with the Fat Mike Chicago Sports Show as well as the 1252 brand because we are one of the few Chicagoland breweries that embrace sports and sports culture. Come in for a fresh brewed beer made right here in Lockport while catching the game of your favorite team. Stay for the live music that we have booked every weekend. Or just come for a cozy atmosphere to enjoy a good conversation with a friend, loved one, or complete stranger. Nick and Ivy makes you feel right at home no matter what the occasion is. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook by searching for Nick and Ivy Brewing Company. Visit our website for our up-to-date tap list or to go shopping on our online store at nickivybrewing.com. That's Nikivy brewing.com. Come in today for a fresh brewed beer born and raised in Lockport, Illinois.
Stagecoach in Lockport has a unique menu from fresh salads and burgers to venison and steak sandwiches. We feature plenty of appetizers and desserts for a perfect way to start or end your meal. Come into our country western bar and dining room or relax outside on our patio sitting in the heart of downtown Lockport on State Street. We can accommodate both small gatherings and large parties. Offering 16 different beers on tap, frozen margaritas, an extensive bourbon and whiskey menu, and our famous Bloody Marys, you cannot go wrong at Stagecoach. And if you're feeling lucky, come try DJ Bingo on Tuesdays or our Big Pay slot machines all week. Stagecoach is located at 1028 South State Street in Lockport, Illinois. Everyone is a friend at Stagecoach. Hope to see y'all soon.
Welcome back, everybody, to One Timer Hockey Show. I am here in the Whistle Sports Bar and Grill 159, not studio, but set location. That is my apartment in Lyle. All right, to get back to what we were talking about, we left it off at soccer there for a bit, just to include them a little.
Yeah, we're kind of talking about the fact that the World Juniors team for Canada is fucking stacked. And God bless any team that comes and participates in this tournament this year. Holy fuck.
They are getting all the help they can get when they face the Canadian team. Because I pulled that up over the break there, and I was looking at who they have. I honestly, if they don't win, then it was rigged at this point. Something tragically wrong would have to happen for them not to do it.
Turned to Kim, my fiance, last night when we were kind of talking about it because I was saying like who got to go there, and I laughed and I was like, by the way, I'm gonna just state this right now. At some point in time during the tournament, Connor Bedard's gonna have 4 points. She just kind of looked at me like 4. And I'm like 4 points. I'm like, in one game he's gonna have 4 points. And she goes, and I'm like, it like McDavid did it. Eberle's done it. Lindros has done it. Like Gretzky's done it. Like a bunch of these other Canadians have done it when they're like at that elite status. Bedard's going to have Shane Wright on one side and Dylan Gunther on the other side. Or if not any of those guys, a few other alterations of some of these guys. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's going to have 4 fucking points at least one game. He's going to have like 8 against Belarus. Oh, Belarus is going to give up after the second. Be like, we're done. Fuck this.
Can we just throw it in, or we have to keep playing? Okay, let's see what happens. Yeah, because I mean, especially like with the lines that even if it doesn't work out exactly how we were thinking or what we'd guessed at the lines being, because they have a power play that they're all going to be out there anyway, and it's just going to go in the net. Like it's not going to.
There's one team though that, like, say on paper, besides the Americans, obviously will do good because they have actual.
At least, we have a few. We're not super studs, but
yeah, you got some NHL. The Finns have a goalie. And the Finns have some defensemen, like Letter Minyaki, I think is one of them. I believe that's how you say his last name. And he's young, but like the tangent that he has beside him, I cannot say that guy's name for the likes of me. But I was studying what some of these guys were saying. Like everyone's saying, like it's Team Canada, duh. But like if they were going to lose to anybody, here's what would probably happen. It'd be Team Finland. And I'm like, why? Like, besides the fact that Team Finland is literally the European version of Canada when it comes to hockey. And they always have been, in my opinion. Everyone says it's Sweden. And I'm like, fuck the Swedes. Like, Detroit, put the Detroit Red Wings jersey on all those fucking dudes because they're coming to my team eventually anyway. But, like, the Finns have a very good goalie who I actually do believe was drafted by Buffalo last year. I believe that's who he was drafted by. But he was drafted early, and he is good. I'm pretty. It's the Finnish one. Yeah, you're pulling up the draft, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find him there.
I'm pretty sure it's about. It's the first goalie that was.
Yes, it is. I believe you're referring to Tobias Lainen.
Yes.
Yeah, 41st overall pick. That is really high up there for a goaltender.
He's eventually going to be, by that pick, he should eventually be a starter in the NHL. Buffalo's got two already in the prospect pool, after how many years of having all those picks, how many prospects don't they have in the prospect? Like all of a sudden, like Tage Thompson scoring 5 fucking goals. It's like,
I saw it. I was like, you are kidding me. It's finally working out for them now? Oh, no.
Not only that, I had no fucking idea that Tage Thompson was that big.
I didn't either. I thought he was more average-ish, if you will. Yeah. Nope, he wasn't. He isn't.
And then it's funny because like me being a Red Wings fan, everyone I see in a bunch of like chats, everyone's like, "See, this is why we haven't traded Rasmussen, and this is why we wait." And then I went to go say something, and then I'm like, you know what? That's okay. Like
that's fair.
That's fair because like he actually like Rasmussen's put like the game on his shoulders a couple of times already this season, so that's why I'm like, not entirely wrong. Like he is 6'6". Like the fact that we have the tallest fucking starting line of all time is awesome. Like I'm like, that's a stat that I will remember forever. And even though like I'm not gonna lie, the hitting highlight of that line isn't too crazy. The highlight of Soderblom scoring his fucking first goal, where he literally is just reaching for the puck and slowly just gliding through everyone, and just kind of lifts it into the back of the net. I'm like, fuck, man.
Yeah, he's more of a graceful dancer at that point for that goal than anything, and it just goes to show. Sometimes you need just a little bit of time, and like you hit that right trigger, and it just sets you off, and then wait, I can play. What am I doing here? And then you just boom.
Like Soderblom is essentially just a Victor Hedman that can score. That's what it is. And but is he going to be as good as Victor Hedman's career? Fuck no. I'm not even going to touch that. Victor Hedman, I wish I had Victor fucking Hedman on my team. Are you kidding me? He wears my favorite number for crying out loud too. Like the guy is just an all-around beaut. The fact that he plays for the Tampa Bay Lightning pisses me off.
Yeah, it makes a lot of people upset. I'm including those as well, but
good team.
They're a good team. Although they have been kind of faltering a little bit, the Lightning, I like lately.
Yeah, they have.
But that's based on nothing but just my simple way I feel about it. I mean, they're still doing okay, but I thought they should be doing better. Is I think my point. I think they feel that way too, because you can kind of see it now. They're starting to get a little bit more physical than they have been at the start of the season.
They lost to my Red Wings last night, which was awesome. Not last night. Sorry, the day before.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I mean, not to root for the Red Wings, but if you're beating Tampa Bay, that's fine by me. No worries here.
Love it. And that's the thing is, now that and I knew it. I fucking knew I should have bet the over in this fucking game. I'm just looking at the live scores. Who did I say is a net? Netty's a net. How many goals is Netty gonna let in? All of the goals. Fucking 3-0. Fucking 3-0. It's 17 minutes to start the fucking second.
3-0 now. Oof.
Oh God, can we go you know what? If this means every time Netty's out there we're gonna lose, fine. Because that means Husso can't win every single fucking game. It means we're gonna miss the playoffs. And Detroit Red Wings are gonna be honored to select Connor Bedard with the first overall pick after having the 14th worst odds to get it. They'll literally be doing it from like 15 or 16. They'll be like, blah, blah, blah. Okay. blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then someone is going to be whispering in the background being like, everything has fallen into place the way it should be right now. Let's talk very quietly so that Commissioner Gary Bettman doesn't have a fucking stroke as my voice would get a little bit louder. And then it'd be like the 14th overall pick. And then everyone, like every Red Wing fan would be like, oh, that's where we're supposed to see our card. And they'd be like the Rangers. And we'd be like, where'd our fucking card go, Bettman? And with the first overall pick, it'd be like,
Wow, that was quite a fun trip down Fantasyland, but
which would never happen.
Yeah, no, that would, if that happens, I will fly up to Canada and beat you up because you put that out there, and I'm not allow that to happen. We're not going to tank our season for you guys to get Bedard. Yeah. That would kill me.
Me just to like by like 1 or 2 points miss the playoffs, where I'm like sitting here kind of crying, like fuck.
We were there. Right. Damn.
All right, cool. Let's go see what kind of players sitting there at like 15th or 16th overall.
A few months later, you get first.
No, Bedard, bitch. Like, and then he comes in and he like walks into Steve fucking Yzerman's office, like slams a fucking blanket, slams a number 19 jersey on it, says Bedard. He'd be like, yeah, that's right, bitch. Guess what number's unretired now for the Red Wings? Yours. Fucking walks out, comes back in as his lawyer being like, sign here. And Yzerman's like, shit.
I guess this is happening. Yeah.
I can't just give him 19. What the fuck?
Walks in with the banner. How'd you get down here? It's not. You can take it home, but it's not going to be up there anymore.
The retirement banner for him to take home. Bedard's already signed it and everything, handing it to him.
Right. It's like, there you go.
There you go. Fucking straight Zlatan moment. That one soccer player. Did you ever hear about what he did to LeBron James?
I did not. What happened?
So Zlatan is one of those players who is just like a complete savage, like literal savage. Thinks he's a king, calls himself the king, all that kind of stuff. Very good player, though. Backs it up. He's Swedish.
Okay, yeah.
So he came to America and played for the LA squad,
the Galaxy or something?
The Galaxy. That's where David Beckham played for, right?
Yeah, he went to LA.
Okay, that's what started the whole big, European players are going to come to America and play. So Zlatan came here. LeBron James sent him a jersey to his representatives or whatever, and in that like a welcome to LA thing, and it was supposed to be like like a thing. LeBron got it back signed by Zlatan. And I'm just like, he's a fucking king, man. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, only one king in LA. Here you go, kid. Keep it.
Yeah. Who the fuck are you again?
That's perfect. They're just
Cleveland team.
They're blow to all those shippers that somehow think LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time.
He's a top 3. He's a top 3.
I'll give him top 10, but I don't know if I put him that high.
Really? You're not a LeBron guy, eh?
Nah. So here's how you eat LeBron. You just go. There you go. Every time. He can't stand up to the light breeze at first enemy. He's gotten a bit better. He's found some defense for it.
I'm just going to assume that because you live in Chicago, that for the last little while you've been dealing with a large fan base of a certain player going at a certain legend icon of your city, statues on like every fucking corner.
Yep.
A certain checkmark logo that basically is spray painted on every fucking Chicago. Believe me, I would be. Listen, I'm in Canada, and I'd be a little chapped if fucking I was a Bulls fan too, being like, no.
Not even close, buddy.
No. And I agree. Like the thing is my starting 5 has changed in say the last 2 years. Whereas I used to put Shaq in there. Going back and just like depending on the style of offense you wanted to go with. If you literally wanted to go with nothing but flash and everything within the paint and just big body it kind of thing, you'd go with MJ, you'd go with Shaq, you'd go with
Mhm.
LeBron, you'd go with Kobe, and you'd probably go with Magic. That's probably what you'd do if you want to go with a big body one. For me, though, if you want to get the very best aspect of the game in general, you you'd probably go MJ, LeBron. I still personally go Kobe, so like those three are almost interchangeable. You put Steph in there now, and the only reason, like, I think he's proven it. Like, if it was the first year of what he did in Golden State Warrior last year to win the championship, we're not having this conversation. This dude has done it four fucking times.
Is it 4 now?
I think it's 4, but at least 3. We'll just say 3.
Yeah.
Look, LeBron is already in the category at 3, and I'll say like the other accolades and stuff. Steph is still a great point guard. Like, Steph can actually still like ball out kind of thing and pass the ball if he absolutely needs to. He is literally the only person in NBA history that I would trust shooting the ball from any point on the court. And I'm not talking from one half of the line. I'm talking the full fucking
from
court.
Everywhere, the whole thing. Whole cake to boot.
And then number 5, Larry Bird. So you give me MJ, Kobe, LeBron, Larry, and Steph. All 5 can shoot the 3. All 5 are actually, like, if you take Steph out of it, all 4 of those guys are very underestimated 3-point shooters. And 2 of them, being Kobe and MJ, are like your most iconic clutch 3-pointers. LeBron, if you're looking for a stretch in the middle of the second or third quarter to just gain those extra points that you know you're going to lose, you can set LeBron to start shooting threes because he's proven he can do that. Or you can set Larry to go fucking do it because Larry is a god at shooting the 3 too.
I would send Bird to do it, yeah.
Yeah, so that would be my starting 5 if you told me I needed to spread the court more. But if you told me that it was going to be a little bit more of like a bodied game and they don't have any like 3-point shooters and stuff like that, you give me Shaq, you give me MJ, you give me Kobe, you give me LeBron, and I still put Larry in there, but like Kareem and Magic are very, very hard to like leave out of that. So
yeah,
but fair. Larry is underestimated as fuck,
which is wild to think about because I mean you go back even to when it was, you know, the Bulls and their gated dominance or whatever they were calling it. I mean, he was still known to be obviously a huge threat, and it's kind of sad to see he isn't any, like, he's not in those conversations anymore. Where it's just this new game I can't do.
No,
can't do new basketball.
You start throwing in like Kevin Durant's better than Larry Bird. It's like no, but you have the right idea of like player that you're trying to go for.
I see where you're coming in from. You're wrong, but
and now
you gave it a good try.
I get where people use the stats and they're like, if you really do look at Kevin Durant's like shooting percentage and stuff like that, it is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm like, yes, I'm a Thunder fan. I know that. But also at the same time, too, as a biased Thunder fan, it's really hard for me to take any of those stats into consideration when he goes and joins the greatest shooting fucking team already assembled to win his championships, to get his legacy.
Exactly.
When he already had that team, the Golden State Warriors, the year before he joined them, down 3-1 to him. And you couldn't finish. So your legacy, so therefore, the fact that you go join them, fuck no. LeBron didn't go fucking join the Spurs, okay? MJ, when he got beaten by the fucking the Celtics, didn't go fucking join the Celtics.
Exactly.
That is the stat right there. That because you don't join the team that you were about to literally put your fucking foot on their throat and be like, I got you.
Yeah, exactly. You do what the Bulls did. Lost the Pistons. Hey, Rodman, you want to come play with us instead? Yeah, okay.
And I do.
But the other way.
Now, the one like at the end of the day, the one conversation I do hear is like, LeBron technically has only lost to some of the greatest teams ever assembled, being like San Antonio Spurs, which I'm like, okay, that's a good point because San Antonio is a dynasty, given that, and the Golden State Warriors. And I'm like, Fair. But so you mean like Hall of Fame Dirk Nowitzki, congratulations, but Dirk Nowitzki should not have single-handedly beat Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and LeBron James. There's no way that should have fucking happened. Because if you're telling me that should be a stat line kind of thing, then in that, to say in comparative, MJ would have lost to Portland, giving not Weston Dressler, what's his name there, the 3-point guy from there. Would have given him like his Hall of Fame thing, but now we don't care about them, or Utah kind of thing with the whole Stockton or whatever the fuck that guy's name was, and the other guy we can't talk about because he's a pedophile and all that other shit. So
all that bad stuff.
All the bad stuff.
That's like a perfect example of, there was a conversation I had a while ago, like a long time ago. Somebody who really knows the game in and out because he's been playing since like the 70s, and he was a coach in the 80s and 90s for like high school level and all that kind of stuff. But it's like and LeBron is essentially the epitome of this, is like clout chasing style, like the superstar athlete now. It's like, all right, you can't be essentially the anchor, the nucleus for this great team, so just go join another one. Like not that I would do the same thing if I could, because I want to be famous and win all the time, obviously, yeah. But that was something you didn't really see in hockey as much in the old days, especially because you were on one team. Maybe you got traded if something crazy happened, or it wasn't until like later. Like you had longer contracts that tend to expire, and then maybe you'll go and come back at some point. But now you're seeing it a bit more, not necessarily as much as you do in the NBA. But I remember talking about people were like kind of worried that this is this phase that sports are going to be. And that's also, I feel like people don't want more expansion teams, because now it's just going to be, eventually the swings are going to be, oh, it's Golden State, swings to, or like it's going to be one team and then another team. Like, oh.
And you're right, because in a way, this may sound weird too, but like in a way, I think back when LeBron went, say, back to Cleveland, we were all kind of like, in a way, like, all right, I kind of want to just see the Cleveland Cavaliers have that title spot, like their logo in there when we look at the whole history of NBA eventually. Like, we just want to see it in there and be like, all right, LeBron got his city the title. That one, props to him and stuff like that. But that right there almost gets overshadowed by, say, like Kawhi Leonard going to Toronto and winning not only the Raptors, like their title, which in me being in Canada, very drunk when that happened, was fucking awesome, because like the parties were happening everywhere. But it actually got people even in the States too, like divided. They're like, fuck Canada, I don't give a fuck if Canada wins the title. But some people were like, no, this is actually kind of dope to see a new team win the championship. So whereas I do want to see new teams win the championship, I want to see teams that have been in the league now for a very long time finally say bite the bullet, like their owners who are about to die anyway. Be like, all right, let's go for it, kind of thing. Like, I want to see the Sacramento Kings eventually go for a title run. I eventually, in hockey, I wouldn't mind seeing the Columbus Blue Jackets eventually like go to a Stanley Cup final. That would be kind of fun. And then same thing in the NFL. Right now, I want to see the Bills or the Vikings. Like, that's kind of my thing. Yeah. But also at the same time, too, I know for a fact in 20 years, I'm going to be like, all right, Jacksonville Jaguars, like, let's do something, okay?
Yeah, something with it, yeah.
You got all of us now around the world being like, you're like the one of 3 teams that hasn't won a title here, and it's between, like, the Texans and the Cardinals or something like that. And we're all on your side now.
Yeah, right? We choose you, so do something.
So... speaking of do something, we got a lot of sponsors here that do a lot of stuff for us. So we are going to click through 4 of them. We'll be right back in about 3 minutes time to end the show off with a little bit more conversation about hockey, even though we got into some basketball talk. That's what we do here. So we'll be right back. Yeah, we'll be right back here with Matt Bannon and Andrew Faubert.
Megaplex Sports Complex is a 78,000 square foot center filled with hardwood and turf. They have baseball rentals with batting cages, softball, soccer, lacrosse, gymnastics, cheerleading, cornhole, basketball, volleyball, and pickleball. It also features a bar and grill with the best pizza and beef sandwiches around. They cater to events such as birthdays, graduations, corporate parties, as well as memorabilia shows. Check them out at Megaplex Sports Complex, 15301 South Bell Road in Homer Glen, 708-966-4210.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Darren, licensed real estate broker with Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group in Homer Glen. Are you looking to buy or sell? Have you been disappointed in the past? The Jonathan Darren team with Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group focuses on providing you with a concierge level of service during the process of buying or selling. We are a service-oriented team with a fresh and professional approach to selling real estate. Our goal is to combine knowledge, skills, and passion to exceed our clients' expectations, and most of all, we truly care. We are a knowledgeable real estate team focused on offering expertise and innovative solutions for our clients. The Jonathan Darren team has 5 full-service real estate brokers and a dedicated full-time marketer servicing all of Chicagoland. We will customize a detailed plan around your timeline for a sale, purchase, investment, estate, or other needs. Real estate transactions can be stressful, but don't need to be. Let us handle it for you. Visit our website, homesbyjdt.com, or call 708-308-1938 today. Expect better in real estate.
Hi, this is Kathy O'Connell at Coach's Corner, located at 8118 West 143rd Street in Orland Park. Our phone number is 708-364-1026. We are Orland Park's #1 sports bar. Come in for our wonderful beer menu and seltzers with a fully stocked bar. Watch a game, drink a beer, and try something off our amazing menu. We have everything to choose from: nachos, potato skins, and our house-made bar chips to start off with. Then try our tacos, burgers, and one of our delicious sandwiches. And don't leave without trying our famous jumbo wings. They do not disappoint. Coach's Corner. It will sure to become your local bar. Again, we are located at 8118 West 143rd Street in Orland Park. Come see us today.
Hey, this is your girl Ruby from Habano Cigars in Homer Glen, Illinois. We are the best cigar lounge around. From Davidoff exclusives to anything Plasencias, from rare Opus X's and everything in between. We literally have it all. And if it's not here, we'll get it for you. Here at Habano Cigar Lounge, we host amazing and exceptional events on the last Thursday of every month. That includes free food, raffles, prizes, and giveaways. We're open from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, Friday and Saturday 9 to 11, and on Sunday 10 to 10 p.m. Again, we are located at 133 West 143rd in Homer Glen, Illinois, so drop by and give us a call today, 708-590-6473. Habano Cigars, Homer Glen. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Welcome back to the One-Timer Hockey Show, everybody. It's, of course, me, Matt Bannon, and Andrew Faubert, coming to you from not the Whistle Sports Bar and Grill 159 studio in Lockport, but instead a slight detour to my apartment, which I think looks pretty decent.
Not bad.
I mean, it's no super pack, super team kind of mansion deal, but it gets by, and that's exactly what my team's been doing. So I want to be like them.
Yeah, you're
at the bare minimum.
your room looks good, like a cleaned up version of the Jeffrey Dahmer set.
Exactly, that's what I was going for. Yeah, like conveniently, this wall has all like the blood spatter on it, which you can't see.
A little VHS player and shit like this.
Oh yeah, that's actually right there. So it's pretty good.
Do you ever watch that? Did you watch that on Netflix by any chance?
I didn't actually watch that.
Okay.
No.
My apologies.
I've seen plenty on him, and I've seen the other stuff they found on it. So Actually, yeah, when you kind of that way looking at it, it does kind of give off that
just
vibe.
the one little corner where the desk was there, I could kind of see just like the basket or whatever, and it looks like the outline of the TV. And just when you were saying that, I'm like, yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer had that set up too. I'm like, sick.
Hey, I like to think inspired by the greats, I guess, if you want to call him that, and he had a good design philosophy. So
I mean, as long as there's no freaking blue bin in the other corner that we can't see, we're totally fine. Which, by the way,
don't have that.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm a person who has watched a lot of gore movies in my day.
Okay.
I've also watched a few movies that like kind of go a little bit beyond like that kind of shit, like the very big warnings at the beginning and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
That first episode of that Jeffrey Dahmer show where the dude played, that was very hard to watch.
Yeah.
That was, and they did it really good because when you're watching it, you're kind of like, you watch the trailer and you're like, oh, like this is going to be an intense, but you watch and you're like, is this the fucking finale?
Yeah, they start at the end here. Uh-oh.
They basically, they do. Like, they kind of start at the end of everything, but it's like, it gets like intense and it gets deep, and like the way that they do like everyone always in the movies wants to see like the dead body or whatever, right? That's why 7 ends up being a really good movie, because it keeps you all the way to the end.
Yeah.
And this one does a really good job too of just like the little tiny angles of something like really quick, and then it gets taken away, and you're just like, wait, was that a foot?
Is that what I thought it was?
What the fuck? Yeah, so props to that show. I know that's not hockey, but like, yeah, just a little. I had to make sure you understood my joke. I was like,
oh no,
going right over his head.
No, that's all good.
Speaking of going right over his head,
boy,
a lot of goals are still going over right the fuck over my goalie's head.
Yeah, what's the score for us there?
It's 5-1 now.
They literally just scored again. Yeah. So.
Oh my god.
Hey, that's better than 7-0. They didn't get skunked.
We need to let Nedeljkovic go. Release him at this point.
Into his own thing.
Oh my god. I like this question. All right, so my question from last week, I'm asking again. If you could fight one player any era, who would it be?
Trying to think of who I said the last time who I would fight. I mean, I think I'll preface it with this. If I were me, I'm rather tall, 6'5" but if I were assuming I was in like NHL kind of shape, I would want to fight, I think, Chara, because I think that would be fun to fight a big guy. I'd lose fight, don't get me wrong, but I think it'd be cool to be like, yeah, I fought him. Awesome.
I would fear fighting Chara.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to be scared, but...
Yeah, I would fear for my fucking life.
But I wouldn't cower away from that one. That, or I'd love to just punch Sidney Crosby so much. So
I think I would let... Give me Sidney Crosby's last year of his career. He had to go take a 1-year stint in fucking San Jose or something like that. He just pissed off all the hell. He just took a little slap, something like that, and turn around fucking
just immediately come around with it. I think that would be mine, sir. And that's not that's from very long ago, but that's who I'm sticking with.
I would probably like Crosby would be up there for me. Marchand is definitely one that I would say over and over again. I fucking hate that big nose parrot looking fuck. I really do.
I agree with you.
I really do. Dude, disadvantage for every other team when the guy's got 2 fucking hockey sticks on the ice. Like, fuck.
Yeah, right? Wow, must be nice. How did he get away with that one? But
big.
Yeah. Most players on the Bruins, I feel like, are fair game for me wanting to fight them. And I feel like that's the same for you too.
Yes, and here's the thing. I respect the Bruins' culture and how they build their teams every single time.
Yeah, that's not a statement against them and what they're doing.
Not at all. Because if you literally go from like the 70s, I guess that would be, because they weren't very good necessarily in the 60s, I think.
I don't think.
I may no, because the Bobby Orr era.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
And the Bobby Orr era was like the 70s there, like the very beginning of the 70s. So what I'm thinking is, if you look through history, in the 70s they won their cups. In the 80s they won a cup. Like they blipped in there kind of thing, or at least they were in the Stanley Cup Finals against Montreal or something like that. In the 90s, they win the cup. Like they blip out of nowhere. In the middle of the LA King, Pittsburgh Penguin, and Chicago Blackhawk dynasty, the Boston Bruins win one.
Hello here, and then immediately, all right, we're down. Yeah, see ya.
And they have a good team, and I still like that one highlight of, and I know you'll love it too. Is I think it's DeBrusk or Pastrnak or whoever the hell it is. He's getting beat up by that St. Louis Blue guy, like Krug, at the beginning of the net. And he's like face washing him, and they go to the ground. And he's still kind of fucking with them, and he skates off, and he loses his helmet. And he's going for him, and he goes off the bench. So he says "fuck you," and he goes to his teammate, and he just annihilates.
Yeah, he just lays into him.
Was one of my favorite fucking hits I have ever seen. Just for the context of everything that happened, I'm like, that's hockey. Right there is fucking hockey.
Right there is good. That's perfect.
And then even that culture thing that we talk about, there's a highlight from the Flames and Carolina game, I think from last night or a couple of nights ago, where Lucic is going down the line. He's already done something, and a Carolina player is trying to get off the bench, and he fucking pushes him right back in. And I'm like, the Bruin doesn't leave the player, man.
No. Yeah, I was going to say that. I would expect that from him 100%. I mean, honestly, that's your fault for not seeing that coming at that point.
Like, you tried to get on the ice when he was coming in front of you. You thought you were going to get a penalty?
Right? Good luck with that.
Even if you did, he's just going to make sure that next time you get hit even more.
Yeah, I was going to say, when he skates out of the box, he's not going to the bench. He's going directly into you, regardless of where you are.
What else you got, buddy? We got a couple minutes left of the show. Your Blackhawks aren't playing tonight, are they?
They are not. No, not getting stomped like they did on Tuesday.
Yeah, I see.
I think they play. Do they play tomorrow?
Yes, you played the Jets.
That's right. That's correct.
Yeah.
So the Jets are in town. I'm feeling like this one's going to be. Hold on. Win, loss. So if we can get to OT, that'd be cool. But yeah.
Oh, the Jets are actually really fucking good right now.
They are, yeah. Well, they're doing really well right now.
Okay, that makes sense, because I was like, were they at the beginning of the season kind of like half and half? Like,
yeah, and they've really jumped up there a little bit. Well, all losses, they're 16-8, with one of those being an OT loss. But again, I feel like maybe that's a good one to close it out on. A lot of teams have kind of come into their own after the first quarter there. So everybody's kind of felt themselves out. I think I'm not expecting any major upsets within the next month or so, how the standing is. Like, I think trade deadline, we're going to see a flurry and everybody's going to be scrambling for first. But as far as I'm concerned, I feel like this is pretty much what the end of the season is going to look like standing-wise. Not too much.
Yeah, like looking at the standings, one in the West anyway, one or two teams that are doing really well right now are obviously not going to make it in the playoffs. And right now it would say the Preds and the Flames, but even then I'm not sold, because like the Jets are good, and unless Hellebuck plays like what the Dallas Stars fucking goalie plays like, I don't think they have a shot. And unless the Avalanche get healthy, because they are getting beat up too. Holy crap.
Yeah, that's also something I saw today. They are getting just railed,
which is good. Which I'm okay with it.
That's fine by me.
What would really fucking suck for everybody? They barely miss the playoffs, and then they get the Connor Bedard sweepstakes. You want to talk about super fucking fuck that team?
Yeah, don't whisper that one into existence. Hell, I'd rather the Red Wings take Bedard and point in the air.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hold the fuck on. That would be what? Ristolainen,
God.
McKinnon,
Yeah.
Landeskog,
Mm-hmm.
Bedard. What was it? Not Hoglander, but Newhook. Oh my god.
That sounds terrifying. So
first two lines would be so stupid.
It's not happening. Thank God
it's not.
for that.
Colorado's going to make the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. And then the Flames are also going to make the playoffs because I could also see.
Yeah, I was going to say, see, overall, I feel like it's going to be about this, but the wild card slots are still kind of up in the air. I think it's a bit too early to tell with any certainty, but I mean, honestly, I'm still surprised that Seattle's doing as well as they are. So.
That's the other thing too. It's like, does Seattle just eventually just give up and be like they watch the World Juniors and like there's a record-breaking like line being set by Bedard and Shane Wright and Dylan Gunthe? Do they literally just in-house just fire fucking everyone, like trade everyone, put on a minor league team just so they get fucking first overall?
Shit, we should not have started winning, boys. We shot ourselves in the foot.
We should not have done that. We shut everything down. Shut Climate Flood Arena down right now. I want you to sell Eberle. I want you to sell Lund or Dunn or whatever the hell his name is. Sell all three of the goalies that we have. Sell it all. Can't have it.
Nope.
All right, buddy.
Not at all. Yeah, but that'll do it from us here at One Timer Hockey Show. That was pretty good. Gonna have to think of. Brother. Yeah, we'll see how everybody does over the weekend. Hopefully, I'll have more exciting news about how the Blackhawks are going to take number 1 overall draft slot, Connor Bedard, reigniting our decade dominance. But until that time, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back at it again next week, probably, hopefully, Tuesday instead of Thursday.
Yeah, I think that's the plan. Yeah.
Resolved. Yeah, but. Yeah, thanks for sticking around and tuning in. I'm Matt Bannon, obviously joined Andrew Faubert. Have a good night, everybody, and have a great weekend.
Talk to you later. Go Red Wings. We'll see you next week.
Go Hawks.
1252 Sports Entertainment presents the one, the only, the One-Timer Hockey Show. Live with Andrew Faubert and Matt Bannon. So get your puck bunnies and give your balls a tug, because it's time to do that hockey. Let's do that hockey, baby.